These things are very, very much a big part of all health problems. I always say to people, if you got a health problem that doesn't seem to want to go away, do a parasite cleanse.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the Grimerica Show. We're going to be chatting with Chris Kehler a little bit later about
Kehler.
Kehler. I just knew it wasn't Keller. Anyway, we're going to be talking about sacred geometry and quantum healing and all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, guys, enjoy the chat with Chris, and we'll see you in the outro. Okay, guys, in Grimerica tonight, we're going to be chatting with Chris Kehler, a fellow Canuck. But first, how's it going, buddy? How's it going?
Pretty good.
It's going really good, thanks.
That's good. Yeah, so Chris, we've got Chris here to talk about all kinds of good stuff like radionic biofeedback and quantum healing and sort of the energy medicine type stuff. He's got a business and a website there, Chris Kehler Holistic. We should probably at some point tonight try to get you to douse my girlfriend there. She's got a rash on her face that's not going away, and it's starting to really bother her. She's in the chat listening.
Hey, you tell me when. You give me her name. All right. What problem we need to work on within Maria? So I'm using my pendulum. I'm asking a question. It's going to spell it out on a letter chart.
Okay.
Saying that the problem is from leishmania within her. Okay, okay, so what is happening here? So she has a rash on her face, and it's most likely underneath the eyes and the cheeks and the nose area. Okay, and it could be up in the forehead. So there is a parasite within her sinuses, and this is what's causing it.
Okay. It's centered around her nose, actually. That's where it sort of started, actually, it seemed, and now it's...
Okay, that's where the parasite is. So when you have a parasite present, there's also a possibility of other things. There's going to be more than one problem. This is going to be probably fungus, bacteria, parasite, could also be some scar tissue, but ultimately it is some type of infection within the sinuses that's coming out through the skin. The first thing that she's going to do is put something on the skin to make it go away, and that's going to push the infection back into her body, which she thinks, oh, it's gone, but it's not gone. It's just pushed back in.
Okay.
So, Graham, I want you to picture her within your mind, and I'm going to do a clearing. Now, if she's in the chat, here's what I want her to do. I want her to chat in, and I want her to say when she feels a tingle or heat or some kind of sensation change within her face or within her body, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. So I'm going to take my pyramid, hold it up to the computer. I'm going to say the words to remove this infection. Within Marie's sinuses, neutralize and mobilize all leishmania, single-celled parasites from the sinuses, nasal passages. It's going to take a second to do that. There it is. Okay, that is now leaving her body.
Just so people in the chat room know, I'm actually texting her. Like, she's not actually in the chat. We're texting back and forth while she listens. Just so everybody's clear on that. So get this, Chris. While we're waiting there, she's had like 6 sinus surgeries.
Yeah, a surgery is not going to clear out this parasite.
Yeah. But I mean, you mentioned scar tissue as well in there. So I mean, yeah, she's had lots of sinus problems. So
you know what? Anytime it's a problem that nothing is helping, do a parasite cleanse. There's 2 very good ones. One is called Dr. Christopher's Parasite Syrup. It's a liquid herbal. No relation to me. And this works extremely well on single-cell parasites, also worms. And diatomaceous earth, food-grade diatomaceous earth, is great for clearing parasites out of the gut.
Hey, Chris, she says she's lightheaded and shaky.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, things are working. Okay, we're getting some change.
So I've got a question from Maria again. So she did say that she got tested and they said she was clear of parasites, but does that mean that they're actually finding all those ones, or would you say there's a chance they're still, like you said, it's caused by a parasite? And then the other question is, should she continue that medicine that she's supposed to put on her face that the doctors gave her.
Now, the whole parasite phenomenon, the doctor's using the right method to find parasites or pathogens. The ultimate way to find out is find somebody who does a very good live blood analysis. I do them in my office. I do have the equipment. In Calgary, yeah, there's a lot of good people that do a good live blood analysis. She could find somebody to help her there, and then they would see the parasites in her blood.
Okay.
As far as the medication on her face, if it's not doing any good, you're probably putting a steroid on there, and steroids are just a no-no.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what we figured.
How is she feeling right now? What is she going through? What's her reaction?
Well, she said her heart was racing. Wow.
Okay. So now this parasite is in a lot more places than just her nose and sinuses. It's going to be in a lot of other places. Let me take another look. Let me take another quick look. We are making some changes. So I'm going to go ahead and ask, where is the highest level of Leishmania parasites within Maria's body? And my pendulum is going to tell me exactly where it is. Where is Leishmania parasites? Okay, now I'm going to ask a personal, kind of sensitive question.
Yeah.
Does she have issues with her monthly cycle or anything cramping in that area at all? Anything like that?
She doesn't have that cycle anymore.
Okay, now, being 50, yes, I understand, but was there ever a problem?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is Leishmania parasites within her uterus.
Okay.
So did she go through the change of life, or did this get removed?
I should know this answer, but I don't.
You should not know this answer. You don't.
I'm getting let's see here. I'm getting a response right now. Let's see if she's.
Oh, I can't wait.
Uterus is gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Not the response I was expecting.
Okay. Now, why is the uterus gone? Because there was a lot of problems with her monthly cycle, probably a lot of what they call endometriosis, a lot of
she had that. Yeah.
Excessive bleeding, and that's because of the parasite. So this parasite is going to be all over her body. I'm going to remove it from her heart. I'm going to remove it from her cardiorespiratory system, and I'm going to remove it from her entire body. Okay, here we go. Okay, Maria, mobilize all Leishmania single-cell parasites within her heart, cardiopulmonary system, entire reproductive system. Now we're going to mobilize all Leishmania from Maria's entire body. Entire body. Okay, give that a minute and you ask her how she's feeling.
Okay, will do. Yeah, no, there's it's one of those things. There's a variety of issues, and the doctors have really it's been a challenge.
Well, there's a show on Discovery Channel. It's called The Monsters Inside Me. And this show specifies about parasites. It's all about these parasites that are in us. And it talks about all of them. Hookworm and roundworm and tapeworm and amoebas and leishmania, all these different parasites. They talk about them. They talk about scenarios that people have gone through that no doctor can find. All of a sudden they find the right specialist who's seen this before and knows what to do about it.
Yeah. Huh. So what else? What else?
Is there any foods that you can eat to just kind of preventative maintenance sort of thing, or that'll help clear you up?
Here's the thing with parasites. Most of the time, if there's a parasite present, and it's generally a worm parasite, it's usually there because of some kind of curse, some kind of spell, some kind of ritual, okay? It's usually part and parcel with that. Ultimately, if there was no negative energies around, if you picked up a parasite from eating something that was undercooked or raw or mishandled, your body's immune system would be able to get rid of it. But ultimately, there's going to be some kind of underlying issue why that parasite is in certain areas of your body. Now, if you want to do the best you can, for your body to be able to eliminate these parasites, if you kept your body's alkalinity at about 7.2, an acidic body about 5 to 5.5 or even 6 is an environment for parasites and pathogens to survive in. Now, you get that environment of an acidic body, now you've got candida, you've got yeast, and you've got something for these parasites to feed off of. So it just dominoes into certain areas. So now you've got all these different diseases and illnesses coming around that are just because of an acidic body. So, drinking lots of water is a good thing. You have a very acidic diet if you're drinking lots of coffee. So you need to know how to balance your body out. And that's number one, is getting the right enzymes into your body, which is you eating good, not overcooked vegetables, making sure the enzymes are there. You might want to take an enzyme supplement. Many people are enzyme deficient, so you can't digest these foods. And they build up in your body and create the acidic environments, and it just goes on and on and on and on. There's lots of information I'm probably preaching to a lot of the choir out there.
Yeah, it's similar to some of like the bulletproof diet kind of things. So hey, I've got some feedback from her. She says, "Wow, chills and goosebumps like a wave went through her." So she's again like lightheaded and heart racing.
Perfect. She's going to be okay. There's nothing to worry about here. Okay, we're dealing with true source optimal energy here, and she's going to go through a little bit of wow, a little bit of overwhelmment, but everything is going to settle down and be fine.
Okay, thanks. So how does the sacred geometry play in all this? We've talked about it on the show lately quite a bit, and I was at a show, like a lecture on a couple weeks back with Nassim Harriman, who gets into like the quantum, basically like flower of life type quantum stuff at the proton level and at the Planck mass of the proton and all this kind of stuff. But it all also connects with sacred geometry, so it seems to be connecting everywhere. And how does that play into what you're doing?
Well, yes, sacred geometry is everywhere. You can see it all around. Now, if you went to the Parliament building in Winnipeg, it is a Masonic temple of sacred geometry. It's just everywhere. And sacred geometry is certain dimensions, certain symbols are all sacred geometry. The geometry that I use is based around the pyramid. The instrument that I'm using right now is called a Vesica Pisces. And if you did a Google search on Vesica Pisces, you might see a woman's vagina. Okay, what it facilitates is feminine energy that has come into the planet, that is replacing the masculine energy. And this is all leading up to the whole energy shift of consciousness into the fifth dimension, all these different changes in energy. So the pyramid, the tool that I use, the sacred geometry I use, I like to describe it as, number one, an antenna for the quantum energy, for the God energy, for all of the good energy that we can harness. I use it as an antenna, and it's also an amplifier for my intent. So I say the words, I create an intent, and this energy comes in through that device, it amplifies it, sends it to where it needs to go, and obliterates it. Okay, I can also add energies. Let's say your mucous membrane of your large intestine is all worn away. I can intend to send stem cells to create new mucous membrane. So this thing is a very powerful tool to take your intent and to do whatever you feel is right for that person to have a good healing.
Wow, that's interesting. I see that here on your site too. You've got talked about this recently as well, monoatomic Ormus gold water.
Yeah, what I do with that, now there's a big community that is very big into the monatomic Ormus gold water, and generally the process to make it is by extracting gold out of just general rocks and minerals you find in your backyard. And it's a chemical process. There's a process to do it. But what I do is I have a source where I get my ion gold, my single atom gold water, and I charge it with energies, with different radionic frequencies and different energies, different source energies. And when you drink this, it has the exact same effect, if not better, than just your general Ormus gold water. So it's a very good water to take if you want to enhance your energy bodies, if you want to expand your consciousness a little bit. And it's also good on a physical level. It's great for healing cancers and different kinds of other illnesses within your body.
I like expanding consciousness. How do you how do I can I just make that shit?
You can buy it. You can certainly buy it off the internet. Now, the place you can buy it, it's no secret. It's called jeffauto.com. It's a Water Oz product. You can go ahead and order it and buy it. Now, but charging the energies into it, that is something specific. That is something that you need knowledge, you need the equipment, you need to know what you're doing with it. So anybody can buy the gold water, just like silver water, platinum water. You can buy it.
Then we need someone to bless it. Maybe you could send us some pre-blast.
No, I'll buy some off his site.
Oh, he sells it on there?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I'll send you a bottle.
There we go.
Yeah, we were talking to some guests that were here in our studio, and they were trying the gold, and I think it was what's his name, Brian, that was here, and he said he noticed a total intuition and synchronicity increase. Like it seemed to just increase right away.
Yeah, and that's what it does. It does expand your consciousness. And when we talk about consciousness, we can also use the word awareness. We can use the word intuitiveness. All these different things that come into play when you're connecting on a multi-dimensional level. It certainly enhances things. How is your girlfriend doing right now?
She says thank you from the bottom of her heart. She said she loves what we're doing and what we're doing for all the people out there.
Well, you know what? I would certainly recommend that she books an appointment, and we'll go deeper with this because there is a lot more to do than just what we did. This is a good demonstration and good feedback, but we definitely need to go a little deeper. One more session, 2 sessions would certainly do it.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, Chris. It was great chatting with you, and I hope you do really well with your business. And
I'm
all
out
that.
in Winnipeg quite a bit, so
yeah, you should drive by and stop at his place.
Maybe I'll pop in next time I'm there with the digital recorder and do a session and do another interview.
That's a good idea.
You let me know. I'll be there for you. I'm on St. Anne's Road, right near St. Vital Center. So.
Right on, buddy. I'll link to all your stuff in the show notes here, and thanks again, and good luck.
Many blessings to the two of you. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a delight.
Great, and thanks for doing that healing on me.